Hey, g'day Southside. I'm going to tell you a story. A couple of years ago, Wendy and I went on a cruise, and I don't know, probably the experience that we had on a cruise that probably most of you who have been on a cruise have had is that on this cruise, the crew are there to do everything for you. There was a time at dinner. We're sitting at our table. I looked down, and on my place setting, there was either a piece of cutlery that was missing, or I might have dropped on the floor, but something. I needed another piece of cutlery. One of the crew weren't around, so I had the option of sit there and wait and look stupid, which isn't a hard thing for me to do, or literally stand up, walk 2 steps over to one of the sideboards, pick up the knife or fork, whatever it was, and walk back. Well, that's what I did. As I'm walking back, the crew member finds me and says, "You can't do that. You're on your holiday. You need to relax." That's the extent to which the crew look after you on a cruise. It's fantastic. But that was juxtaposed with a book that I was reading at that time. It was a book called The Ship or something like that. And it was about a British battleship that was preparing to go into war in the Second World War. And it talked through the position of the thoughts of every member or different members of the crew and what they needed to do to ensure that as that ship went into battle, they were playing their part so that the ship didn't get destroyed and sink. Every person on that ship needed to play a part. But yet, here on this cruise ship, my part was to sit back and do nothing. And I think about our church and what it means to be a church. When you think of Southside, is it a cruise ship or is it a battleship? The way in which Jesus has designed his church is that we're a battleship. Everyone has a part to play. Everyone has a gift to play. Every one of us is needed to fulfill our part. Now, there's a whole heap of reasons why that's important. The one I want to think about is that on a cruise ship, you're a guest. You come, you stay for a while, and you go home. On a battleship, it's your home. That's where you live. That's where you belong. That's where you build your relationships. That's where you are known and depended on. I think that's the same for our church as well. If all our participation in the life of Southside is just when we come to worship and then we go home again, the link is very tenuous. We don't feel as though we belong. But when we serve, when we use our gifts, when we have a stake in the future of this congregation, then we are known, we know other people, we are contributing to the future of this congregation, and it becomes us who work together to be able to produce something that becomes the culmination of all of our inputs, inspired and directed and led by the Holy Spirit. Because after all, the church is the church of Jesus Christ. So for your very own sake, for your sense of belonging, of inclusion, of being part of what we are doing, please come and join our battleship. Blessings on you all.